in the raw. RK is Guyana Free Media. Your friend, your brother, me, Haji, Dr. Roshan Khan in the raw. Dearest beloved divine friends, family, brothers and sisters, I'm so proud of our government, Excellency President Dr. Irfaan, VP Barrett Jagdeo, Prime Minister Mark Phillips, the entire cabinet, the government of Guyana, our government that we have hired. And our government, if they don't do well, we can fire them. We must honor and respect this government for all the things they're doing. There's no perfect government in history or any part of the world ever, even in contemporary politics and reality. So there might be little issues here, but as soon as they learn, they fix. Must not forget, the APNU, as soon as they took power, they took away the children's grant, Be Care cash grant. As soon as they took power, that's the first thing they did. And they paid it to themselves for increased salaries. That's what the APNU did. And the AFC, with Ramjatan as leader along with Trotman, that is what they did. I was disappointed with President Granger, who I thought was a true people's man, for him to have done something like that. And so, friends and family, brothers and sisters, I also blame them for adding VAT on bread, on rice, flour, sugar, electricity, water, and then taking away the grant for seniors, friends and families, ladies and gentlemen. So for me, I want to read this article taken from the Guyana Times. Government writes off 203 million in UG student loans. Even the United States of America can't do that. President Biden tried, but the Republican Congress stopped him. So, ladies and gentlemen, friends and families, but before I do that, I want us to the country a little bit. Look at that beautiful sunshine that we have been getting. Look at that beautiful sunshine. Look at that place. Look at the trees with a slight breeze shimmering and dancing, friends and families. Yes, I know, quite a lot of sunshine, and we need rains. But there are some countries that have too much sunshine and too much rains, like what's happening in Florida. Look at the destruction taking place there. And many other countries of the world where villages and towns and highways are wiped out by too much of rains. Here in Guyana, we have a few months of rains, a few months mixed with rains and sun, and a few months of sun. Thank you, Lord God of the world. Let us enjoy our country and be happy that we are living in Guyana right now and not in Florida. And now to the article. And I honor our Excellency President Dr. Irfaan. I have a photograph here of him sitting down with Anthony Blinken and world leaders, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see, I'm trying to get it here. World leaders at the United Nations discussing climate change and regional security. Here we go. And our President, Dr. Irfaan, is here. Chief Diplomat of the United States of America, Anthony Blinken, and these are world leaders sitting with our President, Excellency Dr. Irfaan. What a blessed president we have, and a blessed country we have, and our peoples who voted President Dr. Irfaan to be the president. And like I said, nothing is ever perfect. There will always be a little problem, but as soon as they know or learn of it, they fix the problem. Now, government writes off 203 million in UJ student loan. We don't see this in Trinidad, Barbados. We don't see this in the United Kingdom. We don't see this anywhere, not even the great, powerful United States of America, my country that I love so much, not even them. And those who want to, they can't, because of the system of politics that they have, and the people voted for the Republicans in Congress, and it's the will of the people technically. So no write-off of loans there. A total of 346 students from the University of Guyana are now debt-free as government commence phase 1 of its student loan write-off program. According to the finance minister, 2024 mid-year report, approximately 203.7 million in student debt owed to the prestigious institution has been written off by the government. So there are more which will be coming in tranches. We must remember also, we are fortunate to have a University of Guyana. When Dr. Cherry Jagan started the University of Guyana, it was called by Forbes Burnham and their owners, the owners of the PNC and of Forbes Burnham, that Cherry Jagan is starting a communist night school when he was establishing the University of Guyana. Now, if it wasn't for Dr. Cherry Jagan, we would not have had a University of Guyana. And later on, certain things was done during the 28 years of dictatorship and lawlessness and theft of elections. And so Burnham tries to hijack the name of the University of Guyana as if he was the one who started the University of Guyana. Dearest beloved divine. And I'm a commentator, and I speak the truth without fear. Beneficiaries of this phase were former students who were able to prove that they completed their course of study and graduated, and subsequent to graduation were employed or self-employed in Guyana for a minimum of 3 years, as evidenced by the minimum of 156 contributions made to the National Insurance Scheme. The National Insurance Scheme is the evidence. If they were not paying the NIS, then they would have lost. Because many self-employed don't like to pay NIS, but they want the good things. So the government is totally right. I support them. Excellency, President Ali, Dr. Barrett Jackdale, VP, Mark Phillips, our honorable genius of a military officer, who is the Prime Minister, and the entire cabinet and the Ministry of Education. But those who left and went away and so on, they will have to find a way to pay, or once they come into the country, their name should be on a list, and they should be politely detained to clear their debt with interest. That's my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. An additional 2,900 persons that qualify from this phase will benefit from the initiative in the second half of the year. So later on, in this year, they didn't say which year, maybe next year, they will get another 2,900 persons. Overall, 13,000 Guyanese will benefit from the student debt write-off implemented by the government. And this was a promise. And for this, it is alleged that Norton and the APNO and the PNC, Ram Chatan, and the entire cabal of the AFC are annoyed at this, because they believe it will impress people. They're only looking at politics, like what they did with the $10,000 cash grant. They were looking at it as politics. That is why they closed the Amelia Hydroelectric Falls. They defunded it, the same APNO AFC group, because the PPPC, the government party, will get some credit. What ludicrosity and total nonsensicality, my beloved divine friends, family, brothers and sisters. The program, which aims to make tertiary education free by 2025, is the brainchild of President Dr. Irfaan Ali, and its implementation follows a promise made in the People's Progressive Party Civic 2020-25 Manifesto plans. So it was Dr. Ali's brain, the power brain of Excellency Dr. Irfaan Ali, PhD, two PhDs from the University of the West Indies, one of the top universities of the world, ladies and gentlemen. And also, as was promised by Dr. Irfaan Ali, as the prime candidate for government, for president in the PPPC 2020-2025 election manifesto plans. Earlier in the year, during the reading of the national budget, the senior minister in the office of the president with responsibility for finance and public service, Dr. Ashley Singh, announced that a whopping 11 billion in loans are expected to be written off by the government in phase 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about a write-off of 11 billion in loans. Subsequently, Vice President Dr. Mahara Jagdeo noted that a mechanism to assist students who would have already paid their dues to the university but are repaying loans to commercial banks will be examined. So we'll now look, those who took loans from the bank and are paying, that's been examined to see how they could refund those people. What a government. Thank you, President. Thank you, VP Jagdeo, former President. Thank you. Shukran, shukran, shukran. During one of his weekly press conference, the Vice President has said that with provisions to waive outstanding student loans acquired within its current term in office and give free tertiary education, this feature is technically already effective to give free education to university students, college students, ladies and gentlemen. Free. Well, I don't believe free is always the best. It is a great thing for our country. But I think, personally, there should be a form of national service where they will work 3 days per week on a few hours basis, helping in the schools, helping in management and administration, so they can get this free education. 2 or 3 times per week, 3 to 4 hours per day, for the few days, so they technically earn it. And it's not just given totally free. This is President Irfaan, Dr. Jagdev, this is my suggestion and my viewpoint on this. Just like the bridge. I'm glad that you want to give free crossing on all the major bridges, but there should be a token charge of even $300 to $500 per vehicle. Friends and families, ladies and gentlemen. He suggested a strategic approach to tertiary education, including sourcing technical training programs from other institutions instead of immediately establishing new programs at UG. So they could use other institutions, maybe in Guyana or the West Indies, instead of starting all new programs and cluttering. He's technically saying not to clutter. He didn't use that word, but I'm giving that as a viewpoint of my understanding of the VP's message. UG will always have a critical role to deliver tertiary education, a prime role in our country. This is our university, and we should keep it as such. And we need to fund it well and improve it, Jagdev asserted, stressing the importance of providing quality education that meets the country's needs and helps students secure valuable employment after graduation. But it must keep the contract and serve the people. Only 3 years in government. Only 3 years to help this country. Ultimately, the administration is dedicated to adequately financing the university and enhancing the role of delivering quality tertiary education to all students in Guyana. Meanwhile, opportunities are also available for locals through the Guyana Online Academy Learning Goal Scholarship Program, which has seen the government partnering with educational institutions around the world to offer courses that will meet the challenges and demands of various sections or sectors in Guyana, including the oil and gas, engineering, construction, and information security sectors. So they've been working with the goal system since soon as they took power and giving people an opportunity. Yet still those who are taking the opportunity and the opposition of Guyana, the APNO, the AFC, they still see no good in this. Well, it is believed that many, and alleged and said, of their children are involved in utilizing the gold scholarship. And so if they disagree, they should not, they and their children should not use it. And if they disagree with the government providing free education, as it is said that Norton and the APNO are doing, allegedly, that they and their children should refuse it. And they should encourage their members not, that they should pay. The members of their party should pay instead. Ladies and gentlemen, you support the government of Guyana, you bless the government of Guyana, you applaud for the government of Guyana, you pray for this country to develop and grow under this great, magnificent president, Dr. Irfaan Ali. According to the Vice President, the anticipated influx of higher qualified persons into the workforce will create conditions in the public and private sector that have to be addressed. The government has already distributed over 20,000 online scholarships. Wow! Through Gold, that offers 187 programs that can be accessed from 15 reputable academic institutions across the world, including in India, Africa, the United Kingdom, UK, and Germany. So Gold you can get from Guyana and these international countries, including Africa and India, and so on, United Kingdom and Germany, for various programs. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, how blessed we as a people are. And now to end, according to the mid-year report, in the first half of 2024, 8,023 gold scholarships were awarded to persons expected to commence studies in September 2024, this year. So another set, 8,023 are set to start this year. Truly, President Dr. Irfaan, I compliment you and your government. I pray for our government. I pray for prosperity of our country, to continue to serve the people, give house lots, core homes, opportunities. Guyana is one of the few countries which is even giving homes to single parents. We have had cases where single parents are being given free homes. I mean, under what conditions did they become single parents? I do not believe also that people should live this kind of life, make lots of children, and expect the government and the people of Guyana to take care of them. They must have some responsibility as well. But this is our government, this is their way to help the people, and I applaud them. But I give my viewpoint and my word. Your friend, your brother, me, Haji, Dr. Roshan Khan, in down. Say thank you. Farewell.